Good morning, everyone. I'm Representative Steve Barr. I'm the chairman of the House Veteran Affairs Emergency Preparedness Committee, and I'd like to call this committee to order. And also, this is a joint hearing with Chairman Marsico. We're here today to examine the Pennsylvania State Police Emergency Towing Pilot Program.
To be clear, AutoReturn is not a towing company. We do not own a single tow truck. We are not in the business of dismantling unclaimed vehicles. We are not a tow operator, and we don't compete with tow operators. AutoReturn is also not an auto club. We don't decide to partner with towing companies based on low bid contracts at the expense of service levels. AutoReturn stands for safety, efficiency, respect, and fairness. We are the only firm that works with existing tow companies in communities to customize our model to maximize the effectiveness of these important local independent businesses, the tow and impound company operators for law enforcement towing.
Mr. Wicker, thank you for being here today. As you know, one of the goals of this hearing is to continue the dialogue between the towers, the state police, and AutoReturn in hopes of reaching a resolution to this issue. I must say at the outset I'm disappointed in your characterization of the motives of towers who don't agree with this process. I think we're all looking for a solution here. We're not looking at ways to point fingers or make accusations.
Mr. Wicker, in your direct testimony, you stated that you're not a tower. You don't want to be a tower. Okay. Let's see. To be clear, AutoReturn is not a towing company. We do not own a single tow truck. I'm looking at an article, and I pulled it up on my the technology in Washington, the state of Washington. May 16th, in a protest letter from your attorney, apparently Bernard Vogel, he claims that, you are. AutoReturn, to quote, AutoReturn was and currently is a registered tow truck operator in the state of Washington because you were canceled out on an RFP, and to be able to get into that contract, apparently you had to be a registered tow truck operator in there.
Okay, so
are you or are you not?
No, this is a great example of the misinformation campaign that's been brought against us. I actually, give me 1 minute to respond to this. There was a requirement in order to bid on the logistics contract to dispatch the tows in the state of Washington, in Seattle, that you must be a registered tow truck operator in the state. And that requirement had been put in place by existing operators to keep companies like us out. And so what we had to do was obtain a registered tow truck operator license. And what we actually did to do that was we found a truck. We actually had to spend money putting the light bar on it and putting a badging on it. And our competitors parade that one picture around. I've seen it many times. Matter of fact, I think I saw it from the Pennsylvania State Police. Claim that we're now we're a towing company. We've never put a driver in that truck. We've never towed a vehicle with that truck. We don't intend to tow a vehicle with that truck. And, again, we're not in the towing business. We're not a tower.
All right,
but again, I've shared that with the folks that continue to share that information with folks in this deliberate misinformation campaign.
Well, then you were misrepresenting yourself to Washington then.
Now we're getting into semantics. Oh, please. Thank you.
All right, I have no further questions. That's fine.
And that was given to Dick Stevenson, a Representative Stevenson, by someone with the Baltimore legislature, and we received it in a meeting with the major at Dick's office. And in review, I enclosed that within there and highlighted the points, as you said, Representative, that the chairman is those are the same things we're talking about and the same things they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's numerous concerns here about that this has led to 5 to 7 minute longer response sides, that the tow responders are not allowed to call police officers or the barracks. Instead, they must call California, that there's missing information, is not when the tower is dispatched, that there is missed information because the 911 or the communications officer has to type in the data field to tell you exactly the details of the accidents, which I can imagine could be quite lengthy. I'm a typer like this, so it would take me a week to do the proper. Is there, just real quick, I guess, well, I guess the members will all take a look at this if they can, and Representative Saccone.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Very quickly, just it's a comment more than a question, but I'm an old investigator. I try to look at all the evidence. I try to be fair here, listen to all sides. But I tell you, I have some real concerns about paying attention to the letter of the law, but not the spirit of the law. And I think by AR's own testimony, they were up in Seattle. They were willing to pay attention to the letter of the law by making a tow truck to qualify them for a towing company, but not the spirit of the law when they weren't really a towing company. So I worry about when you say standards being lowered, that if someone's willing to compromise that by, following the letter and not the spirit, that we have some real concerns there that we have to take a look at. So thank you. This was very informative, and I appreciate hearing all of your testimony. And